This brand new 1/7 scale Ford Bronco has to be one of FMS Model's coolest releases to date. With an officially licensed body, this truck was made to look just like the custom El Bandito Ford Bronco Baja Runner that was developed by Vaughn Gittin Jr. and Lauren Healy. It's also based on the same platform as the Rock Hobby Ridge Racer U4, so it has independent suspension up front with trailing arm suspension and a solid axle in the rear like a proper desert truck. Available in both the 2024 and 2025 livery, this one-piece Lexan body is not only covered in all of the same sponsor decals that you see on the full-size version, but it also has a detailed molded plastic front grille, along with working LED headlights, taillights, and even a light bar across the top of the cab. With about 14 screws, the body is mounted to a plastic roll cage underneath. This roll cage also has some nice details like a couple of shock reservoirs, a fire extinguisher, and a fuel cell in the rear. And you can't forget the little rubber mud flaps that they added on the back. Inside the cab, there's a nice Lexan interior to complete the look with some decals and a couple of driver figures. This truck sits on a set of officially licensed Nitto Trail Grappler tires that are quite aggressive. The rubber on these tires is pretty firm, so that should increase longevity and hopefully make this truck fun to slide around with. They're glued onto some nice looking plastic wheels that are painted to match the body. After removing the 4 body clips, the body and cage lift off and hinge on the rear sway bar and limit straps for easy access. As I mentioned before, this truck shares the same platform as the Rock Hobby Ridge Racer U4, so you already know it's going to be solid. We do have a handful of differences on this version though, besides the cosmetic changes. Up front, there's a larger plastic bumper that sticks out a bit more to match the body. Since the front bumper also captures the sway bar, it looks like they had to make the front sway bar longer in order to reach the bumper. The sway bar design is also slightly different in the rear, and this one looks like it shouldn't fall apart as easily as the design on the Ridge Racer. Since this truck has a narrower stance compared to the Ridge Racer, the front A-arms, rear axle tubes, and all of the axle shafts appear to be slightly shorter. The steering links up front are also different. These links are plastic and non-adjustable. The additional flex will be nice for durability, but not quite as good for control. It looks like FMS actually included a pair of adjustable metal links in one of the parts bags though. To mount the new body and cage, there are also new front and rear body posts. For electronics, the ESC is still 150 amps, 4 to 6S capable, and from Hobbywing, but it appears to be a quick run 8BL150 instead of a Max 8. This truck also has a stronger 60 kilogram steering servo instead of the 30 kilogram servo that came in the Ridge Racer. The servo is connected to what looks like a new 18-tooth aluminum servo horn as well. Besides that, the rest of the vehicle is pretty much the same as the Ridge Racer U4. With that said, I know from experience that the diffs could definitely use some thicker fluid, especially in the center and rear. The Velcro straps in the battery tray are also a bit long, but that's not a huge deal. Besides that, this truck has a lot of great features for the price, like an aluminum chassis, 8 shocks, and an all-metal drivetrain besides those plastic wheel hexes. You can check out my video on the Ridge Racer U4 for more details on this platform. In the box, this 1/7 scale Ford Bronco includes a transmitter similar to the one that we saw in the Ridge Racer U4, but this version has a 3-position slide switch to control the LED lights throughout the vehicle. You're able to run it with the lights off, just the front halos on, and then all of the lights on. In addition, you receive a bag that includes a couple of cross wrenches, some optional servo mounting accessories, and the antenna tube. In another bag, there's some Allen keys with a set screw to mount the antenna tube and some optional links. Finally, you get a small sheet of decals for the light bar along with the instruction manual. Because this 7-scale Ford Bronco is based on the same platform as the Ridge Racer U4, the driving experience is very similar. It's advertised to reach a 50 mph top speed out of the box, so I strapped a GPS to find out if that's true. On 6S power, I was able to get this truck up to 49 mph, so that's right up there with FMS's top speed claim, along with the top speed of the Ridge Racer. Overall, this truck handles really well and is a lot of fun to drive. Like I mentioned, the open diffs could use some thicker fluid. This truck likes to diff out and send all of the power to one side when you're turning on the throttle. Instead of sliding, it's also pretty common for this truck to hook up and traction roll. The handling still isn't quite as realistic as the Traxxas UDR, but it is definitely more durable, and you have to keep in mind that this vehicle is hundreds of dollars cheaper. So for the price, this new 7-scale Ford Bronco from FMS looks awesome and seems like a really solid deal, just like the Ridge Racer. You can order this truck down in the description of this video. Thanks to FMS Model for sending it out to feature. Like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.